Alrighty, Yosh. I just got off work not too long ago, maybe like 20, 30 minutes ago. Decided I would do the little VOD review for you. I don't know how nitpicky or in-depth you want me to go. Obviously, I can't go like super duper in-depth because I'm not that good, but there are a few more in-depth things that I can talk about that are like a little bit more obvious. So I will go over those, one of which being, because I just saw a little bit before starting the video, was this ward. Because your jungler is posturing aggressively, I'm assuming you're placing this ward in case they do like an invade attempt, right? Because your jungler's standing here, you really don't need to place the ward. You can kind of just sit right here, and then he sees if they go this way, and then you'll see if they go this way. But obviously, most games, your jungler's not going to stand so aggressively. In those games, you can kind of just sit like here in this bush, or like walk. If you walk like this, you can get here and then place a ward here, and then just immediately walk out in case you're like you want to just get vision. Now I will say also the time you placed it at 140, so it's gonna, or you place it at 40, so it's gonna be despawning at 140. And Amumu maybe will have his blue buff cleared by that point, right? And so let's say he goes like blue buff, even if he goes blue buff straight into a red invade, your ward's despawning before he crosses this line, so you wouldn't see him anyways. And then also you're kind of fucking yourself over for your ward when you get ganked. Like if you get an early gank, I don't know if you do in this game or not, we'll see. Generally you would want to place a ward at like, if you can, anywhere between like 240 to like right on 3 minutes would be generally when you would place it, because the jungler should, if he's clearing bot side to top side, actually let me turn this off. I just realized there, if he's clearing bot side to top side, he should be finishing scuttle at around like 315, 320. So if you place it any later than 3 minutes, there's a chance that he's already like in this bush, or at least near the bush. And then if you place it any earlier than that, then there's a chance that like, or any earlier than like 230, 240, there's a chance it despawns before he even gets to the bush and goes for like some kind of a gank. So that's when you generally would want your first ward to be. Yeah, and then we'll just keep going from there. I can hear fucking Amumu crying from all over the map. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, that's you, actually. What the fuck? I didn't know Mordekaiser makes that fucking noise. Okay. Let's speed this up. Fuck. My bad. Why did the... Oh, okay, we have it warded. Never mind. Okay, so we do see that Amumu's clearing bot side to top side. Akali versus Mordekaiser. You can kind of play the level 1 fairly passively. I don't have a problem with this. Decent Q. You kind of want to be fishing for your isolated Q, because obviously that's going to be doing the most damage. You missed it there. Unfortunate. That would have been a really good trade. It was a really good pressure of the level 2 power spike. Obviously, I'm assuming, you noticed that you were going to hit level 2 first, so you started posturing very aggressively, getting behind her so that when you hit it, she basically has to walk through you. I like that. This is fine. You have Conqueror up, so I would have tried to like sort of force her off minions a little bit harder, but I don't mind that. Good W usage there. Ooh, she sidesteps that. Okay. Ignite's not bad there. I mean, you're not going to kill her, but you chunk her out of lane. She should. Okay, she's staying. At this point, with the way she's posturing here, because she's super low, right? And you have your W up, it doesn't make sense for her to be playing kind of this aggressively, especially with her W down, right? So if I were you, I would be assuming a Mumu's nearby, especially with given that it's 3:15. He's probably near somewhere. Oh, also I was completely wrong about the Scuttle Crab. The Scuttle Crabs haven't even spawned yet, so I think they changed the time. Maybe they changed it to like 3:20 or something. But yeah, I would be assuming that a Mumu's nearby with how aggressive she's playing and everything, with no W, or like he's pathing towards you. Yeah, like I feel like you're playing kinda too far up for the fact that she's staying. But also, again, like given the elo, it's possible that players do kind of just play like this. I really I don't remember what it was like. Yeah, and then Amumu's here now. I would have just walked up so that you could get away from... Ooh, I mean, it was a nice try there. Oh, and she gets it. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, kind of just, you know, thinking about, like, where the jungler might be. Oh, that was weird. Thinking about where the jungler might be. This isn't what I would refer to as, like, an end of review mistake. Like, this wasn't so bad that it, like, fucking loses you a shitload of stuff in the game. Especially since, like, she's kind of getting fucked out of this entire wave here for it. Or not out of the entire wave, but most of this wave. Oh, actually, no, kind of the entire wave there, which is a wave and a half. So actually, you can't... Given the circumstances, you lucked out for it to not be too terrible for you. But yeah, just, you know, paying attention to jungle timers. Just getting that second nature of knowing the time at which a jungler is most likely to gank. Which is going to be like around the 3:30 to 4 minute mark is generally like, or 3:30 to 4:30 is generally going to be where they might gank, because they might skip Scuttle Crab and go straight to you if you're in like a really gankable spot. So like they might go at 3:30, or they might do Scuttle and then show up at around 3:30. And then we'll just keep watching here. Whoa. Oh shit. Because of that, I fucking... Okay, so we see this sweeper, because I know that will actually show up on the map. So you see that sweeper, and then Alistar's on map, so you should have been walking back already. Can it stop doing that? Yeah, so like here you see, just like, I would say just looking at map right now is kind of a thing to be thinking about more. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a random roam from the support, just given where the bot lane's wave state is. They're not really missing out on anything by roaming at that timer, especially since they're just slow pushing during it. So it's not bad for Alistar to be out of lane, because Lucian's not losing anything in the lane, being 1v2'd here. And then we can keep going. That's not end of review either, but again, just kind of thinking about, you know, I know it's hard because, especially for top lane, it's such an island, but getting that flow of like, okay, where is everyone on the map? Outside of my lane, where are people on the map? Okay, blue splash, not bad. He fucks up that. Okay, she fucks up that. Okay, she ults back in. Did she just kill herself? Okay. I think that's fine to back off. I think you could have recast your W there. I don't know if you did or not. Playing passive, you don't know if Amu is still in the area, so I like that. She's walking very aggressively. Again, like, she's walking very aggressively. I mean, I guess she does have kill pressure on you here, so never mind. I was gonna say, with how aggressive she's padding, I would be worried for another game. I don't know if you need to base here necessarily. I think you could kind of just soak up this wave and then base. Yeah, she's regenning a lot. So now she can tank 2 tower shots before, like, it takes 3 tower shots to kill her. So, like, a good Akali could definitely dive here. But she's just playing way too passive. Yeah, like, 100%, she could have just dove you and killed you if she wanted to. She kind of just let you off. But that's whatever. We'll fast forward to when you get back into lane again. I don't really have much to say right now, so you're up in CS. You are, I mean, you do have kind of low CS for the time, but I mean, in this UI, I guess it's not that low. Okay, you're kind of just beating her fucking cock off, so okay, she flashes and ults. Not bad. You got her out of lane. You can, I mean, if she stays, you just kill, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then I would just stay here. Amumu's dead, so you know he's not on map. Diana's showing in bot side. You've got a completely free lane, and she doesn't have teleport. I would shove this wave and base. Yeah, I was thinking between either shoving and getting a plate, but I think shoving and basing is better. Because if you were to try and stay for this plate, you wouldn't be able to stay for the wave, because if you stay for the wave, she shows up before you can kill it. Like, before you can kill it and then get to a safe spot to base. So you would essentially... You're basically choosing, do you want to miss this wave or miss the next wave, right? In favor of a plate. And if you miss the next wave, like, you're also risking your life as well, right? Like, getting this wave. Oh, I mean, you don't even end up missing it, so it's actually really good. You don't miss any minions. Maybe you missed one there, but yeah. So shoving and basing was good there. And you have Rylai's, so he's just chopped now. Okay, that's really neat. Mordekaiser's a balanced champion, Kappa. And then, yeah, you're up fucking so much CS at this point. It's actually insane. Diabolical. Am I able to see how much gold? I know there's a way to see your gold, but I don't know what this fucking way is. Okay, you ulted him. Okay. I mean, surely you just double kill, right? You're 2 levels up. What's your W? Okay, just play far side, wait for W. Yep. And she's chopped. Nice. Yeah, really good play. And he pings her like it's her fault. That's too funny. Yeah, you see Diana. Honestly, I was tunneled on you at that point, but yeah, so after you kill a Mumu, obviously during this fight, right? During this, you're paying so much attention to this, you're not even going to be thinking about the fact that, like, Diana can just walk out. Also, fucking tier 2's gone. That's insane. Fucking 13 minutes and your mid tier 2's already gone. What? So I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Oh, shit. I don't blame you here for not, like, during this fight, for not noticing that Diana is, like, walking topside. However, as soon as you kill her, right, you have a free lane state. Call this like call this a lull state, right? It's a lull in the game. I would immediately be looking at map, right? Okay, let's look, right? Looking at map and looking at teammates' HPs. Well, our mid laner is completely full HP and she's super, like, close to tower. And Diana's gone. If Diana's going anywhere, it's probably not mid, right? It's probably not mid, especially with no minions on our side here. We could look bot. Okay, like, Xayah's super far out, but, like, what's it called? They only killed Alistar, right? So Lucian probably is basing, or based. She probably isn't going there, just given Xayah's HP compared to yours, right? As well as Amumu was top. And generally, mid laners are going to want to be playing alongside their jungler, like on the same map side as their jungler. So as soon as you see that Diana's not on map, I would just immediately assume that she's headed towards you. Just instantly be like, okay, Diana's probably walking my way, right? I'm super low. I have no ultimate, no flash. And I don't have, what's it called? No ultimate, no flash, and no HP, right? So I would just immediately start... I don't even know if I would want to shove this wave. Like, you could risk shoving the wave, but as soon as you get it shoved, I would just instantly... I mean, I guess, yeah. So, yeah. Just, I guess shoving the wave here is just wrong and adds a hole. I think a better player than me would tell you that shoving that wave as a whole is just the wrong move. Because of the fact that Diana's just not on map, right? Best to assume that she's here. Especially because Diana is so mobile. Like, even once you see her on the ward, she can kind of just chase you under your tower. Like, it doesn't matter. So I would just walk to be here and start basing, and then whatever side she shows up on, I'd start walking the other way, right? This doesn't concern us. It's not you. You come top side here, I don't hate that. It ends up working out for you anyways. We did get dragged both times. What's the objective timer on this? I hate that I can't see. Oh, okay. Okay, so Grubs or Rift Herald spawned. Yeah, your jungler just pings that he wants to do Rift Herald. So immediately you think, okay, he's coming top. Not this wave, but next wave I want to be shoving and getting prio. Yeah, I do think you're trying to get prio here and trying to kill her. Missing cannon, pretty rough. So this is one thing I would mention. Slow shoving or slow pushing You tend not to do it. Pretty much as soon as this wave stacks up, I would queue the whole wave. Yeah. And then you try to go for this trade. This is fine. But as soon as that happens, that's what I wouldn't do, is go for that next queue. You want this wave to stack up with the next wave, right? So you go for this queue, and then this happens, which is fine. Here, I would just turn and only last hit the minions as they're about to die. Only last hit the minions as they're about to die. That'll give time for this wave to meet, and then the next wave will meet, and then you would hard shove the next wave so that it's a 2-wave crash into her tower, which gives you like roughly, I mean, she's using abilities and shit, right? So it'll give you like about like 10 to 15 seconds where you can just walk down and be with your jungler to do Rift Herald, right? I wouldn't base here, just because, well, I mean, your bot lane's here. Yeah, never mind. Your bot lane's here. Diana's shoving. I would base. I think basing is fine. We see Mumu on map as well, so now we know he's completely fine as well. Granted, that is info that we gained after. Wait, did you flash there? I actually didn't see what happened here. Oh, okay, so I don't think you needed to flash as soon as you ulted him, because he's locked in the radius with you, right? So there's only so far he can go, and he's not like hyper mobile. Like, he can only pull himself to you, he can't go away from you. So I wouldn't have flashed there. And then here, like, being at this fight, granted, okay, your team is, I'm assuming your team does end up winning this, right? So you're like, okay, my team has this like in the bag. You get what, 2 kills here? She lives with 1 HP, and then she's gonna die here. Yeah. And then it's 3 of them. It's gonna be Akali, Lucian, Alistar. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not like horrendous for you to split off from the team here, especially since there's no objective up. Yeah, that's fine. Fuck it. But generally, like, you don't want to be leaving a fight before it's over, just in case. Like, just in case they end up like your team gets outplayed or some shit, you know? Especially in this elo, like, it's so easy for these players to get outplayed by an Akali because they just fucking can't understand movement. Kind of like this, and they do shit like that. Let's keep going. What the fuck? Okay, no, that's fine. You can control that. The dive is not a good move. I mean, I think you could have just spam pinged to go on tower, to be honest. Like, even though Warwick misses, that's unfortunate from Cat. But even though Warwick misses, I think, well, where are people on map? Let me think about this. So we see Akali, Alistar, we know Mumu's mid, and we just saw Lucian top taking tower. I probably would have just spam pinged this tower and had a Mumu, or like, I would have taken this with Warwick, like right in a Mumu's face, essentially, because there's really no way, unless, yeah, there's no way a Mumu like kills y'all under tower with Rift Herald there. Rift Herald's gonna tank it for you guys. You just attack tower, you're chilling. So Drag's about to spawn in a minute. I understand wanting the tower here. So I understand that, like, okay, well, I'm getting an objective, right? Even if we lose this dragon, it's fine. But in reality, this tower, it's a tier 1 top, it's super low. this tower is inevitably going to die at some point. Like, without a doubt, this tower will die. Dragon objectives are a permanent buff, right? This is just like a gold. It's just however much gold. I didn't look. Generally, a dragon is going to be more impactful than a tier 1 top. So I would want to have like already been in base. I'd want to be walking to Dragon Pit right about now. Even if this ends up like working out and you guys end up like, I don't know if they win this fight or not. Even if they win this fight, I would say, and like they can't do dragon, I would say it would have been better for you to be here. And yeah, they lose the fight. And yikes, 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 yikes. I'm gonna ignore that. But yeah, like I think you get tier 2 tower. Getting 2 towers might getting 2 towers for dragon might feel good in the moment. And you lose Otacon actually too. Yeah, that's kind of just rough. It's kind of just rough. Like, because the way to think about it, right, is like this tower gold is only going to you when you're split pushing. You're the only person gaining anything from these towers being taken. Your team's not actually getting any kind of advantage other than just you getting stronger. Whereas Dragon and Otacon as well now is going to buff the entire team. It's going to get the entire team stronger. So and it's going to get you closer to Dragon Soul, which is like huge. Dragon Soul is so big. So like, I'm not saying this dragon's going to get you Dragon Soul, just getting enough dragons, obviously. But so that's like kind of what you should start thinking about, is like, okay, I might be getting stronger, but my team is going to be getting weaker if I split push here, right? So that's just something I would think about, again, is you know, objective timers, really paying attention to dragons and barons. I just checked to see if I was recording. I would have fucking lost my mind if I wasn't. Okay, we see this fight happening. So we know Lucian no ulti. We don't know about Alistar, and then obviously it's up, but still. Wow, that was insane timing from Xayah. Who did you ult? Oh, you ulted Diana? Honestly, I respect it. Yeah. And that's... Okay, actually, let me go back and like really watch this fight. So you missed the EQ. That's fine. Okay. Amumu no ult here. We know Lucian no ult. And Alistar is ulted. So Diana definitely would be the best call, right? She's the only one with ult up. So she's the strongest one. And I would imagine you could take her in a 1v1. So this is fine. She Zhonya's is kind of unfortunate. She manages to get the ult off. You died, but because you took Diana out, your team's able to just kind of win it. He goes for this dive. I would hope that the team just dives with him. Yeah. She should just be walking away. She should just be walking away. Holy. Okay, yeah. So you played the fight relatively well. I don't think I saw any like major whiffs or anything like anything where I'm like, holy fuck, like that was not what you should have done, right? I think the ulti usage was fine. And then we can speed this up again. Walking past wave, I don't know what that was about. Maybe lag, or you just got distracted. Either one, I'm guessing. We're walking down here. This is a little bit awkward. This is, I mean, your team's behind you, so it's not like super dangerous, right? It's just a little bit awkward that you're like, you basically stop pushing top to go mid. I don't know why the fuck I'm literally just like dry ulted you, but okay. You immediately ult the Akali. I don't know if you needed to ult Akali here. I would say you kind of you could probably just hold on to it and wait. Like, you could hold on to it and play alongside your team. Because, like, the way I want you to think about Mord is you're not just isolating them from your team, you're isolating yourself from your team, right? And in a game like this, I mean, your team's big. Don't get me wrong, your team is big. But you're also like a really huge fighting factor for your team. The amount of HP and damage that you put out, like the amount of damage you can tank and put out, I mean to say, is kind of a lot. And so, unless you're ulting, like Diana, I would say Diana, if she still had, like Diana is kind of just the only one that I would ult, just looking at how they've been playing. I don't know if you ever came near Diana. That's Alistar. I see Lucian. Okay, and then Diana's down here. Yeah, so you ulted her before Diana showed up. So I would just like take that fight. I would just take that fight normal, no ult, you know, even if you're just zoning here. And then as soon as you see Diana show up, I'd walk over to your team and ult her. And best case, like, I think best case scenario for you ulting Diana in that situation would be like, let's say she goes in. So let's say you're taking this fight. Let's say you take this fight and don't instantly ult, right? So hypothetically, you still have ult, because you, as soon as you ult, right, that's when Diana walks up. So I would guess Diana's also playing around your ult. Like, she's waiting for you to ult before she goes in because of the way the last fight turned out, right? So I would have just taken this fight. As soon as, like, Diana shows up, you walk over and ult her. If, let's say, it was just, like, happened to be the timing. But, let's say she really was waiting for you to ult. If you just don't ult, she just doesn't go in. That's one player that you're just completely negating. So, even by not ulting, you're forcing her out of the fight. If that makes sense. Like, the idea of you ulting her keeps her from zones her out of the fight alone. So just the idea, thinking about your ulti as being a zoning factor when it's up, it's the same as like a Blitzcrank hook, right? Like, a Blitzcrank standing in a bot lane bush and not throwing out his hook, it's like, fuck, I can't walk up. I can't walk. His Q is just up. I cannot walk up. But if he just goes, like, if he just walks in a bush and then immediately Qs and misses, then it's like, okay, now I can walk up and I'm up there for the next fucking 13 seconds until his Q is back up, and then I have to back off again. So it's kind of like that. And you win this team fight, so we can continue catching my breath. Rakan and Katarina are super low. Rakan shouldn't be here. I mean, it works. I mean, I guess it's just Alistar up, right? It's fine. You don't... Everyone's dead. You don't need to walk away. I would just keep hitting tower. Right? Everyone's dead here. If you stay, you can get this tower. And then both you and Xayah can back off to this dragon and take it faster. But, yeah, that's just like a little thing. Base, let's see, what do you buy? Haunting Guys and Glowing Moat. Oh, I'm assuming you're going that other burning item. You start walking top here, you get top prio because Baron's up. I like that. We see Diana's bot side. That's fine. Now that we know Diana's bot side, I would just insta-ult Lucian. I would say I'd insta-ult Lucian. Yep, and you go straight to Lucian. Oh, Diana ended up being there, actually. Does Diana have TP? She does have TP. Do we see Diana TP? We do see Diana TP. Because the TP visual is global. Yeah, so as soon as you see Diana TPing, I would be holding my ult, actually. I wouldn't be ulting Lucian here. Yeah, as soon as we see Diana start TPing, I would hold my ulti for her. And instead take her out of the fight. Baron's low-key helping you out here. I would be walking to take these plants. I mean, Katarina's just super late, but that's because Diana TP'd and she doesn't have it. And then he just... Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get lucky, right? Sometimes you just get lucky, but... yeah, ulti usage. Really paying attention to... Okay, I'm not going to phrase it super specifically, because I don't want you to be like, oh, okay, this game I should have ulted Diana. It's not necessarily that that's like... It's not like every game there's going to be a Diana that you need to ult, right? But every game there will be someone who's of the highest value to ult. So really think about, okay, who's my high value ult target? Are they near? Can they TP? Do they have TP? Are they going to TP to this fight? And holding your ult so that they either can't enter the fight, or holding your ult so that when they do enter the fight, you can fucking ult them, right? Now, obviously, there's going to be certain champions, say champions like Vayne or whatever, where ulting them is actually detrimental. So learning that's just like a thing that you have to learn with time, is learning what champions are actually stronger in a 1v1 than a 5v5. You know, champions like Vayne, champions like Kai'Sa, things like this that can, one, kite you really well, but also are just going to beat you in a 1v1, right? Because you're Mordekaiser, you don't have hard CC. Even that Lucian there, like, it was kind of hard for you to kill him because of the fact that you don't have hard CC, right? He was able to get away and actually survive. Did he survive through your ult, or like did it end? Okay, I don't know if it's so hard to tell with this, but I don't know if it ended or not. But like he survived quite a while, even though he's, you know, he should be squishy, right? Just off of mobility. And again, Diana's one of those champions like Amumu who in a 1v1 cannot dash away from you. She can only dash towards you. So again, one of like the learning objectives that I would want you to have is just thinking about high value ult targets and making sure you're not ulting somebody else when they're around or potentially around a team fight. Okay, what happens here? So you walk bot. I don't like this. One, like, bot is so far pushed out, right? Bot's already really far shoved out. Baron's up. Their team and your team is all near Baron. So very clearly there's like gonna be a fight kind of bound to break out. Someone's gonna get picked, either on their team or yours, and you want to be around when it happens so that y'all can just immediately translate into Baron. Again, like, Lucian gets picked here, right? Like, if you were up here when Lucian dies, if you're... Ooh, I hit the wrong button. If you're up here when Lucian dies, you guys can kind of just immediately aggress to Baron, and if they try to contest, it's 5v4, you just turn off, right? And you take that fight. Diana goes for this ult, and then immediately Zhonya's just because you showed up. I think you're... Yeah, you held your ult for her. Smart. And then your team should just be fine. She has no ulti, so you definitely can kill her. Yeah, that's fine. What the fuck is a Mumu doing during this? Wait, what? A Mumu just walks to fucking river? Or to mid, rather. What? Okay. Yeah, like... So clearly you know Diana's the target that you need to ult. But I think the problem is you only think about ulting Diana if she's already on your screen. Right? And I think you need to kind of... What's the best way I can describe? Well, yeah, like I said, just whether they're on your screen or not, thinking about the player that you really need to focus your ulti on. And if they're not on map, assume you need to hold your ult for them. If they are on map and they're not around, then it's like if this fight's happening and Diana's catching this wave bot, then yeah, fucking ult whoever. I don't give a shit. But if she's not on map and her TP is up or whatever, even if she's on map down here and her TP is up, you know, you want to hold your ult for her. I would say that's like your main mid to late game learning objective that I'm noticing so far. That, and again, like the jungle objective. I think it's better that you're playing with Katarina here. Okay, you ult Lucian. I'm assuming you ulted Lucian there because you were kind of afraid that if you stayed not in ulti, that Akali can just jump on you. Try to understand that. So I don't blame you for not ulting Diana. Also, Diana's showing topside now. She's mental boom, clearly. That's why she's top and not fucking defending base, right? If she stays top, we know she's actually fully given up. So we'll see here. Okay, she's not showing up, so now you know. Now you know Diana's in base. Basing here is fine. I don't know how much gold you have. I don't know what you're about to buy. You're probably finishing the burn item. Oh, Omnivamp item. Never mind. I was thinking... No, because Haunting Guidance only builds into these two. I was thinking of the burn item that builds into that other bird item when I said that earlier. Never mind, I'm dumb. Okay, and then going straight to dragon. You ping the dragon too. I like that. I would ping it a little more. It's not too bad to over ping stuff. Now here, because it's a jungle fight, or because it's a dragon fight rather, I mean, you guys are fighting before doing dragon, right? Before dragon even gets low at all. But just in case, like if a Mumu doesn't die here, I want you to hold your ulti in case, like when you guys are doing dragon, in case a Mumu goes for the 50-50 flip, right? Now he's dead, so okay. You can ult whoever. Oh, your ulti's down actually. Never mind. I just realized that. But yeah. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I feel like the review is kind of over now at this point. I feel like the game's kind of been... The game's kind of over. You got Dragon... Dragon Soul. Baron's not a bad call. Their jungler's dead, their mid laner's dead, they can't contest. There's nothing, like, you can't kind of just... You can't brute force these two towers. So I do like going with Baron here. Just playing the safer game, you know. Going for the 99% play as opposed to like the 60% play. Diana's on mid tower, or mid inhib, but that like so truly doesn't matter because you guys have 3 inhibs now, anyways. So even because you guys have 3 inhibs, because you guys just took a 3rd inhib, Now your super minion waves get double super minions. So even though they have super minions in the mid wave, your wave is still going to be pushing as opposed to theirs because they only get the one, whereas you get two. So it's kind of okay to just, like, especially with your teammates backing, you don't need to base. So I'm glad that you didn't. I also, let's see. Your team is kind of getting zoned off by a Kali here, so you're taking this fight alone. Now you could look at it. Like, okay, I'm zoning their backline off, right? So my team should win it. But Xayah doesn't have ulti, and it's a Kali, right? So I would want you to be like playing with Xayah. But it works out. That's not to say that what I said doesn't matter. It's just, you know, in this game it didn't matter. But, you know, playing for your team to live so that they can help you end the game instead of forcing yourself into a situation where you have to end alone. Or like potentially forcing yourself into a situation where you have to end alone. But that's the game. That's the VOD review. If this wasn't what you were hoping for, I do apologize. If you want a live coaching session, I'm more than willing to give you that. But there it is, boss. I hope I was helpful. Yeah. So again, just going over the little things. The first ward timer, having the first ward. If you're gonna ward for knowing where the jungler is at level 1, ward deeper, ward at essentially over that wall, like I was telling you about. And then otherwise warding at 245 or anywhere from 245 to 3 minutes. And then just kind of thinking about where the jungler or where the mid laner could be while you're playing, in those downtime moments when you're not trading with a Kali. If you're just hitting a minion or whatever, anytime you go to just right click a minion or Q the wave, look at map while you're casting it, glance at the map, see, okay, do I see a Mumu or do I see their jungler? Do I see their mid laner? If not, am I in a position where if they showed up top right now, would I die? Right? And obviously that feeling of would I die might not be you might be unsure, but that's going to come with time, and you can only start learning that when you start thinking about that in the first place. If let's say you're oh, I don't think I would die here, and then they come top and you do end up dying, I would say that's an okay death, even if that loses you the game, because at least now you're okay, in that situation I would have died, and you're building that bank of knowledge of okay, the next time I know in this situation or in a similar situation, I would die, so I wouldn't do it again. So that's another one. And then again, just the way you interact with the jungle objectives, making sure you're basing at around a minute before dragon spawns to start walking back to dragon on those on the second or third dragon spawn, maybe not second, but the third dragon spawn, definitely basing and getting going, because you don't play with TP, right? And then ulti prioritization, really thinking about that and thinking about holding your ulti to zone out the key target that you plan on ulting, and then if they do just go in, that's when you ult them. I accidentally muted my mic. But yeah, those are the key learning objectives that I would say I want you to really focus on. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.